Hi folks, okay, today it's me again, and here we are at my son's house, and he has some issues here on the wall. As you can see, there's some problem here with the wall. As you can see, it's flaking. The paint is flaking, and also I've also noticed that the wooden floor is rot. This is due to leakage from this wall. This is quite an old house. It's more than 20 years old, and so I'm going to show you how to deal with this situation. Now, normally what people would do is just repaint this wall and fix the flooring, which is not actually the best thing to do. You can see that there are watermarks here and here too. All right. Now, the best way to tackle this problem is to find where the leakage is, fix the leakage first before we do the aesthetic on the house. Because if you just do the aesthetic, you just repaint this wall and the paint is going to peel off again. So we're going to find where the leakage is and fix the problem before we do the aesthetic. So you can see here, this is the problem. Now this is the outdoor section of the wall, and as you can see, the window pane here, the door seals are all broken, or rather the rubber seals have shrank. After 20 years, this is quite normal. Yep, see that? So the rubber seals are all broken and broken. So this is the problem that we have to tackle first before we do the aesthetic inside the house. And I'm going to show you how it's done, and it's cheap, and you don't actually have to rebuild this whole window pane as some contractor is going to advise you to. There you are. We have removed the rubber seals, which has hardened up. Actually, you can see it's all hardened up, and this is the cause of the seepage from the rain that's going and rotting the wood and the walls away. So we have cut off up to this section here, and most of the rain is going to come down this way and it's going to seep through. This part here, it does, but it's quite negligible, so this part is still okay. We're just going to cover up this part here with tar. Exposure to the ultraviolet ray from the sun is not good for silicon. They tend to harden up and lose its adhesive properties compared to tar. So on top of that, this outdoor unit, if you were to use silicon and if it happens to leak again, you will have a hard time removing the silicon because of its adhesive property to the silicon, to the glass window pane here. And if that happens, you'll probably have a hard time removing it. So that is one of the reasons why tar is better in the outdoor climate. It might not have such nice aesthetic, but it's much more practical because destruction inside the house due to leakage from rain is very expensive. See, the masking tape is properly installed, and the next step will be to swipe some tar, covered the wall with newspaper. This is to prevent tar from getting in contact with the wall. Now, this is the outdoor section. As you can see, it's a very simple job, and if you call the contractor, he probably wouldn't recommend you to do this because he can't charge you too much just for doing some simple job. He probably asks you to rebuild the whole window panel, which is absolutely unnecessary, and you just make things worse because every time you destroy this whole panel and reinstall it, you're going to get more damage internally, and you got to repaint the inside, patch up all the broken pieces. So they wouldn't want to do this. You would have to. This is a job that you could do it yourself. The contractor wouldn't want to do this as a simple job, and there's not much money that he can make out of this. So it's entirely up to the consumer, the resident, learn how to fix all these small issues which can be resolved very easily. So you just have to be careful not to pour it onto the paint, because on the aluminum it will be easy to clean, but if it's on the paint it's quite difficult. You can always repaint the wall if you accidentally so you can use tar, you can use putty, and which comes in the form of an injector, which is a bit more expensive, but it's easier to install. But this is the cheapest solution that you can do, and it's very effective. It will last you for a very, very long time. All the seals are completed. They're watertight, and as you can see, there are smudges all over. That's the good part about using tar, because tar is extremely easy to clean. All you need is kerosene or turpentine, or if you have Jet A1, you can use Jet A1 fuel to clean it, because they are of the same chemical base, petroleum chemical base rather. And as I mentioned earlier, silicone is not good for outdoor use because they will shrink in the heat and the cold temperature as the day goes by. But tar, it will stay that way, and it will expand and contract, and it will keep the bonding good for many years to come. And I'm going to clean up all the smudges using kerosene or turpentine in a while. Okay, there's a smudge here, so we're going to go ahead and clean it with some turpentine or kerosene or Jet A1, depending what you have at home. And always use a fresh paper and to clean it, and just throw it away and get a fresh one so that you can contain the smudgy. As you can see, it's dirty there. Let's get rid of it. There you go. Get a fresh one and do the same. There you go. It's all done now in under 30 minutes. It's perfect seal, and after this, the aesthetic inside the house, the paint, the flaking paints can all be redone with assurance that it will stay that way.